Theory of Everything 2 is my favorite RobTop level. I know most people like Electrodynamics as their favorite, and I love Electrodynamics. It's probably my second favorite, but Theory of Everything 2 takes the cake for me. It is just absolutely fantastic in every way. First off, the decoration genuinely looks better than most 1.9 levels, to the point where it's kind of insane. I know almost everyone, except Funny Game, sucked at creating back then, but seriously, Theory of Everything 2 just looks so fantastic. Even to this day, I still think it looks amazing. On top of that, the gameplay in Theory of Everything 2. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, this level is just so fun. It is so fun. I love how this level plays. I love how much it syncs with the music. I love how it flows. I love how much it keeps going between fast and slow and how well it does it. It's not the most balanced level. There is that infamous ship part, but besides that, oh my gosh, this level just feels so nice to play. It looks amazing, it syncs well, it flows well, it plays amazingly. Oh my gosh, it is Theory of Everything 2, the only direct sequel in a RobTop level, and it's my favorite RobTop level. Auto Electrodynamics by Fun and Game is the earliest level on this list, and probably the first time when playing Geometry Dash, I was ever just absolutely floored by a level. I remember watching this level, and I was thinking, like, holy fuck. I wasn't thinking that exactly, I was like 10, but I was thinking, holy fuck, this level looks so amazing. It was so immaculately built. Some of the coolest structuring and decoration for the time. Honestly, to this day, it still looks absolutely fantastic. It's still better than some of the stuff on like the feature tab. It is insane how well this level looks. And the piano part. Oh my god, the piano part is just... I don't know, man. This part is iconic to this level. It is insane. Obviously, it doesn't take the most inspiration from the level of Space After Electrodynamics, but it looks better than Electrodynamics, so I don't particularly care. This level is just fantastic for the time and still to this day. The first Funny Game level on this list, but definitely not the last. Auto Electrodynamics is fucking amazing. The Nightmare by Jax is one of the most iconic and popular levels in all of Geometry Dash, and for good reason. Actually, not necessarily for good reason. It's mainly popular just because it's an incredibly easy demon. Most people's first demon, in fact, including mine. This was also my first demon, and that is partially why it's so high on this list. This level is so incredibly nostalgic for me. I play this level and I'm just thinking, damn, 1.7 is so much better than 2.1. That's not true. I don't actually believe that, but nostalgia makes you think like that, you know? But even besides that, the 1.7 update that this got, oh my gosh, it just looks amazing. Like, look at this. It just looks really cool. It plays well, too. Like, this is a genuinely fun level. I really enjoy playing it, which is not something I can say for a lot of older, easier levels. Like, you play the Lightning Road, I'm sorry. Lightning Road was almost kind of like this level's brother, being the other easiest demon in the game. It kind of blows. It is not very fun to play, but the Nightmare, oh, I love this level. It's very easy. It should be like a 6-star, but it is so fun and it looks so amazing, and it is just so nostalgic on top of that. So the Nightmare by Jax, one of my favorite levels. Still Life by Ampika is quite possibly the best 2.1 level ever. At least one of the best 2.1 levels. This is a work of art through and through. No other level looks like it, and no other level quite has the vibes. It feels like you are being transported into a fairy tale when playing this level. It is just that good at building its atmosphere, building its tone, and immersing you. The art in this level is very scratchy. It's rough, but in a way that feels so intentional, because it is intentional, that you can't help but just get lost in this world. The music as well. Oh my gosh, the music just adds so much to this level, which is a common theme you will see throughout this list. I think that music is one of the most important parts of this game, and so having a fantastic song to go with your level, to me, is incredibly important, and Still Life uses an absolutely fantastic song, and I think it represents its song as well. Like, just incredible. Not only does it have fantastic art, as you can see right here, it has fantastic effects. Even if this effect lasts probably a bit too long, and if you stare at it too closely, you might get sick, I still think it looks absolutely fantastic. And again, completely immersive, even if this part is, oh, this was kind of way too hard. But on top of that, this level is just, well, really fun. A hard detail that, like, you might be able to just miss is the fact that this level has no orbs, no portals, and no speed changes. The entire time you play as the Minikube in the normal speed. It is, again, a very easy detail to miss, and it is just something that when you notice it, you love the level even more. Despite its gameplay limitations, it manages to build such incredible atmosphere and remains so fun. Still Life is an absolute masterpiece and an easy favorite of mine. Dear Nostalgist is, ironically, nowadays, pretty nostalgic. I love this level, and I love my memories of it. This is one of the first levels I can remember very much struggling with, but enjoying my struggle with it, and being so anticipated to beat it. In fact, this is probably the only level I ever beat before Ryan did. Ryan being Sylvian, because we used to do level races back when we were more in line with skill, and then basically besides this point he was always ahead of me in skill, but let's not regard that right now. Dear Nostalgist, oh my gosh, this level is so fun. Despite all the bugs in this level that for some people might kind of ruin it, I don't care. To me, this level is one of the most fun levels, especially of its difficulty. Like, oh my gosh. And I think the level genuinely looks really good. Like, yes, it does have a 1.0 aesthetic, and yes, that has been by now pretty overplayed, but back then, this was a decently novel concept. This basically brought back the concept for the 2.0 era and beyond, with levels like Aleph Null probably taking at least some inspiration from Dear Nostalgist to have that aesthetic. Besides just the gameplay, the music, as said before, OBK's Crackdown by Boss Fight, probably Boss Fight's best song. I don't think it's a controversial take to say that OBK Crackdown is Boss Fight's best song. It's just a bop, and I do think the 1.0 aesthetic goes really well with this song. I think Triaxis, she picked out a fantastic song to have a quote-unquote nostalgic level for. I think this part right now highlights, if anything, that this level, with the limitations of its decoration, really forced Triaxis to be very creative with its gameplay concepts. I think Dear Nostalgist is pretty creative with some of its gameplay, especially for the time. Obviously, almost all of this by now has been overplayed to death, but again, for the time this was made, some of the stuff was pretty dang novel, and it was done in a very well executed format. And as you could probably see now, I've done a lot of skips in this level, because I think skips are very fun. If your level has a bunch of skips, I'm probably gonna like it more for that fact, and this is a prime example, more than any other level on this list, of how much I love skips. And I just love this level to death. It is nostalgic for me, ironically, and it's just fun. Yeah. Tetrix by Incendium is the most out of place level on this list, I would say. I love it a lot, and it is one of my favorite levels ever, but it's very hard for me to describe quite why that is. Like, to me, it just feels really nice. You know High Life? Everyone knows High Life, hopefully. Fantastic Level by Migwood, or however the hell you pronounce their name. This is my High Life. It is a 3-minute long, old ass, kinda ugly if we're being honest level, but I don't care. I love Tetrix. Like most levels on this list, I love the gameplay in this level, even if it's kind of rough around the edges. Like, look at this UFO gameplay. You're really gonna say that this is the, like, pinnacle of UFO gameplay that is amazing, or this wave gameplay? No, but it just works, okay? I don't know why it works. It just works. I feel like if this level was harder, the repetitive gameplay would be very much unwelcome, but with how easy this level is, being 9-star purely because of its length, I think that it's very fun just to play. It's just a big part of why this level is one of my favorites. It's just a really fun level to play, and it being easy, ironically, I think really helps its fun factor, because most of the time, easy levels are boring as shit. And for most people, not necessarily me, but for most people, long levels are also boring as shit. You will see that that is not the case for me with a bunch of other of these levels, but yeah, this level, I don't know, I just like it. I think it's fun, I think the vibes are on point, I think the colors are on point, I think the decoration is a little ass. It's very repetitive, very simplistic, but I don't know, it just works, okay? I like the decoration in this level, I love the gameplay in this level. It's all very simple, all very bit rough, not very polished. I think that's just what I love about this level. It's just raw, which is not usually something you would say to level, especially this old, but to me, that's what this level is. This level is raw. This is someone having fun with the editor, and that's what I love about this level. So yeah. Misanthrope by Brintak and like 80 others is one of the coolest levels ever, even if just from a conceptual standpoint. Taking over 80 people, some of whom are the most renowned names in the history of the game, to make a single, long, stupidly difficult level is so interesting, and I hate what they have been doing with it. Brintak giving it to AP team, decorating it, maybe even splitting it, just neuters the whole point, in my opinion. I think Misanthrope as a layout is infinitely better than any form of decoration this level can receive, in big part because of how much personality is in the layout structuring. Each part is so distinct from both a gameplay standpoint and a decoration standpoint. Despite it being a layout, there's so much interesting structuring in this level, and I absolutely love it for that. But yeah, I'm sorry, I just had to go on that rant. I hate that they're decorating it. I think they should just leave it as a layout. I do not want this level to just become another top one. I want this to stay as its own project. Anyhow, the gameplay in this level is fantastic. Maybe not necessarily to play because of how stupidly hard it is, but I love so many of the gameplay gimmicks in this level. You do not see gameplay gimmicks like this in levels of this difficulty, and I am so glad that they are present in this level. They add so much personality to the level, like that wave gameplay right there. And this right there, the gameplay gimmicks in this level are just absolutely amazing, and I love them being in a level of this caliber of difficulty so much. I love the song. It is one of the best songs ever used on Newgrounds. And I think my macro broke. Checkmate by Funny Game was also, much like a lot of Electrodynamics, one of the earliest levels in the game to just wow me completely. Granted, I think Auto Electrodynamics looks better than this level, but I think this level is absolutely fantastic in how it looks. I think the just general gimmick of it being checkerboard thing is great, and I think it is so well executed in this level. It's just fantastic looking, especially for the time, and even now I think it genuinely looks interesting. And this next part floored me. I think it looks fantastic, and when I first saw it, I was like, how in the hell? My mind was blown. My 10-year-old mind was absolutely blown when I first saw this. And it was the first time I really recognized Funny Game, like, oh my gosh, like, this guy is fantastic at creating, and he basically instantly became one of my favorite creators, and to this day, still is. Just for a 1.8 level, I think this level looks absolutely fantastic, and I think this level is also just very fun, and also uses Time Machine. And I know Time Machine is so overused, but it goes hard. Checkmate is just a really good level, and it has nostalgia value, and I love nostalgia a lot, so yeah, one of my favorite levels of all time. Checkmate by Funny Game. But why stop at one black and red Funny Game level, and let's go to another black and red Funny level, arguably his best level, and arguably the greatest level of all time. Death Moon by Funny Game / Caustic is, as I said, possibly the greatest level of all time. Recently, GD Today did that whole level thing, like top 100 greatest, and Death Moon was at number 1, and I have never felt more validated in my whole life. I have been saying for years, since like 2019, that Death Moon is possibly the greatest level of all time, or at the very least deserves the title of greatest level of all time. And the fact that seemingly a bunch of other people agree makes me feel very nice, because this level is an absolute masterpiece. The visuals in this level, holy shit, the visuals are just fantastic. Even to this day, they are just fantastic visuals. It looks insane, and for the time, I cannot imagine how mind-blown players of the time were when first witnessing this level. The visuals for the time are just beyond comprehension. Honest to God, like, for showing this, comparing this to other levels for the time, this goes so much above and beyond everything else that it is kind of absurd. And to this day, it still looks fantastic. The gameplay is fun, obviously. I want to talk about the song. Death Moon by, I forget the artist's name, one of the best songs ever used in Geometry Dash. Like, seriously, just listen to this. This song is amazing. I can't. This song is amazing. This level represents this song perfectly. This is one of the best climaxes in any level. Most levels don't even have proper climaxes, and this one has one of the best. It is Death Moon by Funny Game. One of the best levels fucking ever. That's all that needs to be said. It is Death Moon. What else can be said? Ultra Sand. Oh my god, that's so fucking loud. Ultra Sands by Pleb Kingdom. I am this level's biggest fan. Just no joke. I am this level's biggest fan. To me, this is unironically the most fun level ever made. And I mean that being 100% genuine. I have never played a level that is so satisfying to play. I've never played a more balanced level. I genuinely believe this is one of the most balanced levels ever created. No part feels so much absurdly harder or easier than any other part. Like, oh my god, it feels so stupid, right? To say that this literal shitpost of a level, just a remake of Ultrasonic, but it being a reference to an old-ass Undertale animation and calling it Ultra Sands, that this is what it's themed around, and saying that this is quite possibly the most fun level ever made. It feels stupid. It does, and I hate that it's right, but I also love that it's right. This level is just so fun. And I am not sorry at all for saying that. I am this level's biggest fan. It is so fun. And on top of that, it just looks fantastic too. It builds upon Ultrasonic's vibes and visuals so well while just upgrading them to a more 2.1-ish or more modern day and complex feel without really compromising on the 1.9 aesthetic of the level. And the addition, the completely original stuff onward in the last fourth of the level, oh my gosh, perfect for a climax in terms of just the absolute stress of it. When you reach this, you are stressed out, you are full of adrenaline, but it is not too much harder than the rest of the level, and like I said, so fun. Like, I can't get over how absurdly fun this level is, and I hate that fucking Ultra Sands is so fun, but I am not sorry. It is one of my favorite levels of all time. Adrift by Tamon. I love this level to absolute bits. It is so simple, yet so effective. Its vibes with the song and simple visuals, oh my gosh, it is genuinely mind-blowing to me just how well the vibes are with this level. Again, despite the simple decoration. This was made in, I'm pretty sure, more early 1.9, but despite that, it looks pretty dang good, and I think it matches the song so well. Like, just listen to this song. The song is one of my favorites used in Geometresh, and also the colors used in this level, or I guess color used in this level is, if you know me, my favorite color of all time. I feel like this level, in no small part, made this dark teal my favorite color ever. Again, this level is very easy, very simple, and very old, but I love it. It's nostalgic, it is beautiful, and it has just the right vibes. It is one of my favorite levels of all time. I absolutely love Adrift. When I beat Acropolis by Zobros, what, 2 years ago, I was so surprised by how fun this level is. You're telling me that a timing level, an old timing level, the timing level, is one of the most fun levels ever made? You are insane. And yet, that is somehow the truth? That's basically it. Just, it is so fun. I don't think it's the most fun level on this list. I give that to Ultra Sans, but this level is so insanely fun. I'm not even particularly fond of the decoration. I like how claustrophobic it is, and the song is pretty good as well, but it's mostly just the gameplay. If any, more than any other level on this list, it is here primarily for how fun it is. It's also iconic, has some other qualities, but Acropolis will blow your mind with just how fun it is. A Zobros level being so fun is so surprising, but I am so happy to say that it is. So when I originally uploaded my video for Future Funk by Jonathan GD, I said that it might be my new favorite level of all time. Now, me from, what, 3-4 years ago, was a fucking idiot for thinking that, because it is not my favorite level of all time. Not by quite a long shot. But it's still one of my favorite levels of all time. I love this level to bits. It is just a vibe, but a positive vibe. It's not a vibe in a sense of like levels like Adrift, where it's more melancholic. This level just fucking slaps, okay? I know a lot of people think that this level and Jonathan GD overall is a bit overrated, and you know what? I think a lot of other his levels, especially Lost Existence, are quite a bit overrated. But not this one. I think this level is fantastic. It is so fun, so vibrant, so nice. The song is amazing, and you know what? I want to speak about the concept of this level real quick. Just the idea of combining these two kind of random ass levels in Clutterfunk and High Life, making a remake of them in a single level. Oh my gosh, I have no idea where Jonathan got this idea from, and I have no idea just how it worked so well. And I really fucking hate Future Funk 2 because it does not expand on this idea at all. But I think I might save that for its own video because, by God, I fucking hate Future Funk 2 so much. It is a terrible level and an even worse sequel. This is not about Future Funk 2. This is about my favorite levels. And Future Funk is one of my favorite levels as a parent. Despite this level being pretty damn poorly optimized because Jonathan GD has never heard of that word, I think this level looks absolutely fantastic for how relatively simple it is. Obviously, it's not as simple as, say, the Lost Existence, and nowhere near as complex as his more recent levels. I think it finds a very nice in-between in terms of complexity and simplicity for its visuals. I think this is the best looking Jonathan GD level, just period. I think it looks fantastic. It looks, dare I say it, a bit funky. Granted, this level is more on top of gameplay, not the most balanced, because whenever Jonathan GD is like, you know what, I want to make an asymmetrical duel right here, he's like, I'm gonna make it 10 times harder than anything else in the level. But I don't really mind it here. I think for all of them, besides maybe Lost Existence, it's the most well-balanced. It isn't so much absurdly harder like in fucking Dark Odyssey. Oh my gosh, the asymmetrical duel in Dark Odyssey is absurd. Anyhow, this level is very fun. I think the gameplay in this level is just very well done. Like, I don't know what else to say besides the fact that some skips are kind of neutered. this is just a nice, balanced, calm, fun level. I don't really have much more to explain. It doesn't have any insane gimmicks. It's just a nice level. It is a vibe. As I said, it is a bit funky. Looking forward to the future of 2018. Future Funk 2 is amazing. I am not sorry. I love this level. It's not my favorite, but I love it. For those of you who know me, this should not be a surprise at all. For years and years and years, it's over 7 at this point, I have said that Lonely Travel by Funny Game is my favorite level of all time. By far. I don't think any other level, for me, reaches the amount of love that I have for this level. I think it is truly special. I think it is truly a work of art in the most raw and literal sense. Most of the time, when you think of a work of art, it is obviously with a story and characters or something like that, you know? This one doesn't have characters. It has a story, very abstract, but it has a story. When I say it's a work of art in the raw sense, I mean the creator had these feelings, and they wanted to use Geometry Dash as the medium to convey those feelings. And I think Funny Game did an amazing job doing that. This is one of, if not the most emotional level of all time, which probably sounds weird, saying a Geometry Dash level is emotional, right? But this level is genuinely emotional. It is a travel, it is an adventure. A lonely one, but still an adventure. I think knowing the context of this level, the most acclaimed creator at the time disappearing for months, only to, out of the blue, just drop the longest level in the game. I think it adds so much to the level. Not only does it look fantastic first time and it's very low object density, it plays very well too. There are so many innovative gameplay ideas that are implemented so well into this level, and I absolutely adore it for that. It has beautiful progression, and it's just fantastic. It is my favorite level of all time. And it always reminds me of why I love this game. I love Geometry Dash, and it is my thing. More than any other game or whatever, or hobby, this is my thing. I have met so many amazing people through this game. Some of my best friends, like Vinny or Vivi, I love them so much. I met them through this game. They are just such a fantastic person to be around and to hang with. Siri and Saoirse are very smart, very chaotic, but very smart and very level-headed for the most part. I love them as well. Zale, not that I talk to them very much. I used to talk to them a lot back in the olden days, but not so much anymore. Love them so much. Sweetest human being ever. Ryan, his older brother, introduced us to this game almost 10 years ago. And he's always been better than me, but he is a fantastic friend. The Lakebeds, Olivia, Ray, Jade. I met them through this game, and we never really talked about it. But I'm so glad that this game introduced me to them. Some of my favorite human beings ever. Helped me discover who I am so much, and just helped me through so many times. I love them to bits. And though I didn't meet him through Geometry Dash, Aaron, the love of my life, always supporting me through this silly cube game. I love him. I love him too. This level means so much to me, and when I play it, I think of everything great about this game, and honestly, a lot of the great things in my life, like all these amazing people. Thank you all so much for being in my life and for being amazing. Thank you, RobTop, for making a pretty cool game, even if you're kind of a bad handler of it. And thank you, Funny Game, for making an absolute masterpiece of a level.